We've looked at bird's eye perspective and we looked at worm's eye perspective. And now we're going to look at eye level perspective, which is probably the most useful and common use of perspective. And where we used a cheese wedge before, this time we're going to make ourselves a kite. So once again, we have a horizon line with a vanishing point at each end. And we're going to have a vertical because that's the front corner of whatever it is that we're drawing. So we put our vertical in, and this time, instead of it either being entirely above or entirely below the horizon line, we're going to have it crossing over the horizon line. And so that's our vertical, and the same rules apply as ever did before. The first thing that we do, having put in our vertical line, is to go and join both top and bottom of it to our vanishing points. So there's the top, join to that vanishing point and the other vanishing point, and the bottom joined to each vanishing point. So there we have our kite. And so this is the front corner of our building once again. So let's go and put in the back corner of our building, and I'm going to put it round about here. And I'm going to join it up. It's within these lines to go to that vanishing point. I'm going to join the top and bottom to the opposite vanishing point where it's not yet joined. And then we go and put in this back corner of the building. Once again, join it to the vanishing point that it's not joined to. So the one on the opposite side of the page. There and there. And then in terms of this hidden sort of secret back corner, if we look at where those two lines going to the vanishing point cross and those two cross, and we join vertically that intersection, that's going to give us the hidden back vanishing, the hidden back corner. Okay, so what I'm going to do again is fill in the lines with black so that you can see pretty much what I'm talking about. Pump up the width of my line. Again, it may be a little wonky because I'm drawing freehand, but I just want to get that differential for you. So this is our building popping out of the perspective lines that we've drawn. Front corner, back corner. This is that front wall going along like that, and the roof. Again, now this is eye level perspective, so we can't actually see the bottom of anything or the top of it. We can just see the side walls of it like this. Now it's a good idea if I shade in these walls so that you can actually see what is going on, because sometimes it can be quite tricky to really get a sense of what side is what. So let's use this brown, and I'm going to shade this in quite roughly because shading can take a while. So let's just shade in our building like this. So this is the front kind of side wall. It's very, very rough. And then let's put the other wall in here in this color. So there we go. That gives you a sense of how the building has popped out of our perspective drawing. And there we have it. Now we might want to go in and put in some windows and doors like we did with our other building, and we can definitely do that. All we have to do is this. Let's use our principles as we did before. So imagine we're going to, this time let's make it a little house. So I'm going to put a door in here like this. And remember, now we're working in this side of the building, which disappears down to this vanishing point. So what I'm going to do is join it to that. I just need to join the top and bottom of the door to that vanishing point on the correct side. So like that, and we know that this side goes into it. And then I can put in the other side of my door, like that. And the top would follow along that line. And then I can fill in my door. And I can give it a doorknob in a nice colour, like this. There's our doorknob. And if we wanted a window on each side of it, we can do that as well. So if I put in, say, a window here, joining the top and bottom of my window to the appropriate vanishing point, there and there. And I can put in the other side of my window, making sure, of course, that it's perfectly vertical, that line. And getting things exactly vertical, as in 90 degrees to the horizon line, is really, really important. If you find your things are looking wonky, or perhaps sometimes it looks like your building is going to implode, it's usually because you haven't been diligent enough in getting your verticals perfectly vertical. So it's not so important to get other things exactly right, but vertical lines are important. So there you go. And on this side again, we can put in, perhaps let's put in a nice big window here, and joining to its vanishing point, because this is this side. And then we can just fill in the other side of it, join up the ends, and there's our window. So this little flat roofed house has come into being. This is eye level perspective. So just to remind you, instead of using a cheese wedge where we kept the top of the highest point of our vertical line either completely below the horizon for bird's eye view or completely above the horizon for worm's eye view, when we're doing eye level view, we cut through the horizon line and we end up building ourselves something that looks a little like a kite. So we end up with a crossbar, and then we join the top and bottom to each vertical, the top and bottom of our vertical to each vanishing point, and we end up with a kite. And then we can use that kite frame to make our building pop out by putting in the back corners.